Good morning, students. So most of the students says they want the question and answers of chapter 2. So I'll make one video for this, and in our next class we will discuss about the chapter number 3, question and answers. Okay, so we will start the chapter number 2, question and answers of class 9th. Okay, so the first question is what? Define communication. This is the answer of communication. First question is short answer type. First question, define communication. Okay, so just push the video and write the answer. Next question, do you think good communicators are good leader justified? Question number 2. Okay, and the next is give a diagrammatic representation of communication cycle. So in this question we'll discuss something. So first, what is the communication cycle? Yes, so in communication cycle the first component is what? Sender. Then sender sends the message. Which type of message? The idea by the sender. एंड सेंडर ने कुछ सोचा है, जो थिंकिंग है उसकी, वो उसको मैसेज बना के सेंड करेगा. ओके, मैसेज कहाँ जाएगा? नेक्स्ट इनकोडिंग पर. तो उसका इनकोडिंग करेंगे. इनकोडिंग मीन्स उसको सेफ और सिक्योर बनाएंगे. ठीक है, फिर वहाँ उसके बाद से मैसेज कहाँ जाएगा? चैनल में. ठीक है, तो चैनल में जाएगा. तो चैनल के अंदर से वो चैनल मीन्स व्हाट? जस्ट कनेक्टिंग द सेंडर टू रिसीवर. ओके, जस्ट connect, it just make the connectivity to the with the receiver. Okay, nothing much typical. Okay, the next, after channel the message go to the where? Decoding section. Okay, so decoding means some process or some phenomena which we will apply on the sender side, then the reverse phenomena we will apply at the receiver side. Okay, so that we, by this phenomena we can get the original message which is sent by the sender. Okay, then the after decoding the message sent to the receiver. Okay, so after decoding message is collected by the receiver, and after that he interpret the message and understand what the receiver says, and then send one feedback. Okay, so receiver sends the feedback to the sender. So this is the one communication cycle. Okay, so this is the diagrammatic representation of communication cycle. I think इसमें आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी आपको. Next, explain the role of decoding in the communication cycle. Okay, so just you write the answer as it is written in this video on your wall. Okay, next question is what? Question number 5, differentiate between the encoding and decoding. Differentiate between encoding and decoding. So you just write these 2 points, 2 points in encoding, 2 points in decoding, because these are the short type question. Okay, so no need to define very much. You just write the 2 points in both encoding and decoding. Okay, the next long answer type questions. Okay, so first question is what? With the help of diagram explain the various component of communication cycle. So you just make the diagram which you will made in the short answer type, this diagram. Okay, just make this figure, and then we will explain the various component. Component means what? Just sender, the idea by the sender, encoding, channel, decoding and receiver. So only these are the components. Okay, and feedback, these are the components of cycle. So we will discuss about components. There are 7 major components of communication cycle. First is sender, idea, then idea or message, then encoding. So every detail is mentioned in this video. You just write the details. Okay, just push the video and write your answer. The next, channel, receiver, decoding and feedback. So these are the 7 components, okay, of communication cycle. Next question, what do you understand by the term communication? How is it significant? So you just write the answer as I written in the wall of, okay, you just write the answer, just push the video and write. Next question, enlist any 5 factors that should be kept in mind during the process of communication. So you just write the 5 factors, only the factors. So these are the 5 factors which you can keep in mind during the process of communication. Okay. Next, mention any 5 factors that influence the effectiveness of communication. So you just write the 5 factors which are influence the effectiveness of communication. Okay, so the components that influence the effectiveness of communications are, first is idea or a message. You have to frame the message on the receiver's point of view. Okay, receiver की thinking के हिसाब से हमको message या idea बनाना चाहिए. The next, encoding. Okay, the next is channel, then decoding, then receiver. Okay, so these are the 5 points, 5 factors which influence the effectiveness of communication. Next question, question number 5, according to you, which is the most important component of communication cycle and why? Give example to justify your statement. So as in my knowledge, feedback is the most important part of the communication. Why? Because by the help of feedback we can understand that the receiver is totally understood the message which is sent by the sender. Okay, so you just gain a response of receiver. So it is the best, or it is the topmost component of the communication cycle. Okay, it plays a very significant role. You just push the video and write the theory as I written. The next, in the same question, example. Yes, if you want to measure your effectiveness of medium channel, one example of feedback. Okay, so this is the total video. You just subscribe the channel, push this button subscribe, okay, to subscribe the channel, and you get the every notification or video made by me. Thank you guys.